I want to tell you something, and I want you to actually hear me out, not just nod along. You can change every single thing in your life. I don't care what has happened to you in the past, what was said, what was done, what you experienced. Everything is changeable. The only thing you cannot undo is death. Everything else, your money, your relationships, how you feel when you wake up in the morning, your routine, what you believe about yourself, this is all something that you can work on. And all of it can change if you genuinely want it to. And I don't just believe that, I know it because I have done this time and time again. And I will give you two examples. One example where I changed in a fake way, and one example where I changed in an authentic way and it really hit home for me. The first transformation, the fake one. So I'm originally from Poland. I grew up in Ireland since I was about 4 years old, so my whole life I lived in Ireland. Ever since I was 16, I worked 2 jobs, I went to university, I lived a good life, I have a good family, everything is good on paper. But deep down, I didn't feel fulfilled. I didn't feel happy with my life. That's when I decided to change things, and I did what everyone always tells you to do. Take the leap of faith, move to a new country, start again. In 2023, I did it. I packed my bags, I left my good job, I left my family and my friends, and I moved to Dubai, where I knew no one. I knew nothing about Dubai. I knew nothing about real estate. I decided to join real estate with no salary, commission only, in the most competitive market in the world. And that's where the story usually ends in everyone's life. The girl moves abroad, she becomes successful, and she lives a life happy ever after. But this is not the case. My first year in Dubai, it was brutal. Yes, by the end of the year, I had everything I thought I wanted. However, I found myself back to square one, borrowing money from my parents again, feeling unsafe, feeling like things will not work out for me, and this empty feeling inside of me. Even though on paper I was successful, I felt like nothing is working out, nothing is good enough, everything is about to fall apart for me. And I stopped myself, I asked myself, is there something wrong with me? I kept asking myself, why does nothing stick? Why do I keep going back to zero? I know a lot of people are here right now. I was still the same person as I was in Ireland. I still had the same self-concept, just in a nicer apartment. That was my fake transformation. I changed my address, I changed my life, but it was fake growth because internally I was still the same. And here's the part which is the most important. Your feelings and experiences from your past are entirely valid, and I am not taking them away from you. But at some point in your life, you have to be really brutally honest with yourself and ask yourself, how much longer do you want to keep playing with this victim mentality? Feelings and experiences being valid doesn't mean that they are useful to you. Your old life has to cost you your new life. You cannot move forward being your old self with the same beliefs, with the same behaviors, with the same stories rehearsing on repeat every day. What happened to you in your life was never your fault. However, the more you keep repeating it, remember, the more you're carrying it with you and choosing it to be yours. And this whole part of you choosing to cling on to this old story, this is why nothing is working out. I have read every book, I have listened to every podcast, I have paid for coaching, but I have not applied it in my life. I have not been open enough in my mind to accept the honest truth about me and the story I'm telling myself, to protect myself, because I was not ready to face that. It was easier to just validate myself externally by telling myself, I'm reading these books, I'm listening to these podcasts, I'm paying for coaching, and I would put the blame on everything around me. And my second transformation, which is the actual real one, it didn't come from a win. It came from a breaking point. From the time where I woke up and I was so exhausted with myself, how I'm thinking every single day, how I'm speaking with myself, and what is going on inside of my brain, that I just hit a breaking point. I had enough. That's when I learned about neuroscience. Why does my brain work this way, and how do I actually rewire it? And why do we do affirmations? Why do we do visualization? Why do we meditate? And I want to show you something that a lot of people don't show, the more vulnerable side of themselves. I look back and there was two extremes. One day was an extremely great day, and one day was an extremely bad day. One day I was focusing on being grateful, and the next on how terrible everything is going. On the days where I was actually feeling the lowest, I would sit and write in my journal, I'm so grateful for my life and the love and the abundance. When everything is working out for me and I'm successful, I am rich. I can see exactly what I was doing. I was over exaggerating the good and shrinking the bad, trying to run away from the truth and my feelings. And I would keep swinging from feeling on top of the world to feeling like nothing is working out. It was literally consuming me. But what kept me going through all of it is just showing up every single day. Because I would always be the type of person that I will do my affirmations for 5-6 days and my husband will not show up at my door and I will give up. But this time I really focused on making sure I'm ticking the boxes every single day. And that's when things started changing, because your brain, it needs the same things on repeat every single day to rewire. Not 5 days, not 8 days. Every single day until a new neural pathway is formed, strong enough to create a new behavior, to create a new identity, and to be able to shift your frequency into the new version of yourself that you want to become. And this comes with time and effort and work. Everything that is good in life takes time. Nothing will come overnight. Stop watching those videos. I manifested my dream husband in 5 days. I manifested $10,000 in 10 days. This is all fake. Manifestation will not come to you on the days where you're obsessing, where you're literally checking every single second. Is it coming? When is it gonna come? You're trying to control every step of the way. When the new self-concept, new identity, new life stopped becoming something that I was forcing, but something I was naturally becoming every single day, that's when the real change happened. That's when all of the external stuff came back. But it came back differently, from a place where I truly felt like I finally made it and I belong here. So if you take one thing from this video today, take this. Long and lasting change and your dream life and everything your heart truly desires comes to you when you change internally. It's not about the external things. They will always come and go. Everything starts from the inside. The vision board, the affirmations, the visualizations, this is not magic. These are just tools, but your self-concept, identity work, and showing up every single day is genuinely what is shaping you. And this is just simply how your brain works. You are far more powerful than you are letting yourself be, and I need you to realize this. Remember, you are worthy, you are loved, and you are blessed. And you deserve the best that there is in life. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video.